Just come up here. Oh, there's a cameraman in my way. Awkward moment. Hi. Where are you? Where are you? In there. I'll come around this way. Sorry. Holy shit, didn't know you were going to have to do sports camera work tonight. Oh, and there are people upstairs who can't see at this particular point. Well, there you go. Now you vaguely know how the deaf people feel. Come over here for a sec. What's your name, young fella?
Josh.
Josh. And that's a lot deeper voice I expected than for a 12-year-old. How old are you?
12.
12? Oh, they've dropped, haven't they? Sorry, I just realised two things. One, I've left Catherine on the stage. And two, she just had to sign, they've dropped. But, I mean, that's not a bad... You know, at 12 you might go, oh, this is a bit awkward, but no, I mean, look, you're going to be on a DVD, my friend. There'll be young women watching this going, oh, I've marked him down for 6 years' time. They dropped early. Josh, how are you? And who's this here next to you, Josh?
I'm older than him.
Sorry?
I'm older than him.
Doesn't sound like it. How do you know? Are you brothers? No, you just... This is your brother. How do you know Josh?
We're best friends and...
Oh, you're all some weird friend type thing going on. I feel fun. What's your name, my friend? They're not lesbians. They're not lesbians. It's really not where I thought this show was going to go. And you saying that makes me think, oh, they're lesbians. And which also means Catherine has to do the sign for lesbian. Is that really the sign for lesbian? Wow. Just in case someone is but doesn't know what to do. How does it feel, Catherine, to be on stage in front of 3,000 people miming as you fumble around a woman's body? I wonder if it would look different if you were fumbling around a man's body. I'm possibly going to spend the entire show here making Catherine do dirty things. This is genuinely the most fun I've had at my own show in a while. I'm the puppet master. You... Dance, monkey, dance! Are you lesbians? No, okay. But you just wanted to point that out. Okay, cool. Sorry? They are rather close. I love England for so many reasons. Partly that you can have someone as young as you, so confident and eloquent. I mean, they are rather close. Even the way you spoke, they are rather... I mean, we've never seen anything, to be perfectly honest, but we do have our suspicions. Ever since the K.D. Lang concert, we've wondered. Look, I was worried about bad language. I was worried about swearing in front of you, but clearly nothing's going to faze you right now, is it? What if I use words that aren't swear words, but you will have to ask Mum about after the show? What if I say clitoris? Sorry, Mum's a biology teacher. So you've got a working model at home. Tell you what, any woman watching this now, oh my God, they've dropped, he's 12 and he knows where a clitoris is. Maybe not tonight, maybe not in a couple of years' time, but in 6 or 7 years' time, I expect a bottle of champagne from you. High five, my friend, high five. It's fun. Oh, this is fun. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to see who's around here. See, this is fun for so many reasons, partly because I'm right behind people now. And you can't, man, should I just... Hello, what's your name?
Lorraine.
Lorraine, where are you from, Lorraine?
Ashford in Kent.
Sorry? Kent.
My name is Alex.
Ashford in Kent. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And who are you, sir? What are you tweeting? Are you tweeting while we're doing this? You were going to take a photo? Okay, come on. No, look, get it out of the way. Now, how do you know Lorraine? Who is she? Oh, let's pash. Oh, the kids are here. Oh, in that case, you guys pash. You got it? Cool. Who are here? Daughters? Oh, yeah, my pleasure. Mum and Dad, just to freak the kids out, go and have a bit of a snog. Oh, Dad is so up for this. Wow. Daughters, you really want to freak your parents out? Both of you guys snog now. And I'm going to film it. What was that? Did Dad actually say... No, I'm going to leave you alone. I'm not even going to tell you what Dad said. You don't need to know what Dad just said then. Hi to the people on this side. You all good? Excellent. Look at you, sir, with your arm around your lady going, don't even come close. Tattoos on it as well, just going, fuck off, she's mine. What's your name, sir? I've already humped her on stage once. Are you the guys that gave me the monkey suit? Oh, my God! It's you guys! Oh my God, that's the coolest thing ever. I've still got it. These guys gave me a monkey suit. They turned up at one of my shows with a full-length monkey suit, and just said, Adam, we know you love weird shit, here's a monkey suit. I will tell you a story and then I will start the show. This is not meant to be part of the show, but this is dead set true. My daughter, I have a 3-year-old daughter, and at that time she was about 1.5 years, and she loves monkeys. So I took the monkey suit home. This is dead set true. I woke up in the morning, I had a bit of a sleep in, and my wife was playing with my daughter in the lounge room, and I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm going to go out dressed as a monkey. So I snuck out to the door, I could hear them playing, and I went... just knocked on the door. My daughter was so scared, she screamed, ran across the room, tripped, and went headfirst into a table leg. And then started crying. And my wife's going, well, come in. And I'm thinking, I can't now. This is just... There's nothing more forlorn than watching your 18-month-old daughter cry because you've accidentally injured her while you're dressed as a monkey. But the weird thing is, that afternoon, like, I walked in and my wife went, what have you... Honestly, I took it off, okay? This is dead set true, and this is your monkey suit that did this. That afternoon, I took it off, and she had to sleep, and I thought, I'm going to try this again. So we're in the bedroom, I know. We're in the bedroom, and I went, oh, watch, Poppet, watch. And I put the monkey suit on. I went, look, 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 it's Daddy in a monkey suit. And I just zipped it all up, and she's watching me, and I went, ooh, ooh. And she went, and she went, and I did one more, ooh, ooh. And she walked off the back step. Fell onto the concrete outside the bedroom. I spent the next 10 minutes walking around while she cried, me dressed as a monkey. It does have a happy ending though, because at the end of it I finally put her down and went, all right, I'm going to take it off. And at 18 months she went, no. I went, do you want me to stay dressed as a monkey? She went, yeah. And I went, oh. She went, no. And it was the middle of summer, it was like the only 30-degree day. I spent 2 hours playing with my daughter on a 30-degree day dressed as a monkey while not acting like a monkey. High fives, my friend, thank you so much. So lovely to see you guys here. That's awesome. How cool is that? Thank you for the monkey suit. It got excellent use. It's still there. I still wear it occasionally. So do you. Mine?
We got twins.
We have twins monkey suits. And you didn't bring it tonight?
I wasn't sure you was going to wear yours.
You weren't sure if I was going to wear mine. And I didn't want to clash. How funny would that have been if you turned up in a monkey suit going, oh, shit. We've both got the monkey suit. I should start... I'm supposed to... This is how I start shows. I get in trouble because this is... I'm sorry. I do have a show, and I'm going to tell you it. But this is... I think it's because I'm an Aussie that I just like coming out and chatting to people. Do you know what I mean? Like, there are people nodding. Are you Aussies over there that are not? Yeah, of course. You see a room full of people. Yeah, there we go. There's Aussies here. Why not? We're in Shepherd's Bush. It's not that far to come. I think because I'm an Aussie, I can't walk out and go, hi, everyone, here are my jokes. I walk out on stage and go, whoa, I remember you. What's going on? Oh, your balls are dropped. I got into trouble for doing this in America, because in America, comedians are really slick. In America, comedians walk out on stage, and they're like, hey, what's going on, LA? Has anyone been to the gym? I was at the gym yesterday. What's going on with the gym, right? And people go, yeah, we love the gym, man! And then they're like, here's your next act, Tommy Johnson. And the next act will come out and go, so I'm driving in my car yesterday. Anyone here have cars? You like cars? And they go, yeah, we love cars! And I was in LA, and they go, okay, here's your next act. He's from Australia, Adam Hills. And I'd come out and just go, oh, g'day. What's your name? Who are you? Let's get a picture. And the crowd would be like, should he be here? I'm not sure he's professional. I was told off by a Hollywood producer after the show one night. In the bar, this guy just came up to me in the bar and just went, you're doing it wrong, man. What? You're doing it wrong, man. You got to grab an audience. You got to tell them what you do. What do you do? Oh, I tell stories. What kind of storyteller are you, man? And I'm an Australian who tells stories. I've honestly got nothing more than that. Well, what kind of Aussie are you then? What? This guy's going, you're in Hollywood, man. There are Aussies everywhere. You got to grab an audience. You got to tell them what you do, where you're from, and where you fit in amongst every other Aussie in Hollywood. Can you do that? I was like, okay. So the next night, this was my opening line. G'day, LA. My name's Adam. I'm from Australia. I'm less talented than Hugh Jackman, but more tolerant than Mel Gibson. All I've got, people. I can't dance, but I quite like Jews. Hooray! I think sometimes we try and impress Americans a little bit too much. I flew to LA on Air New Zealand. Now, has anyone here flown Air New Zealand recently? Okay, yes. What was the safety demonstration video when you flew? Bear Grylls. Yes. Honestly, these are the safety demonstration videos on Air New Zealand. A couple of months ago, it was the entire cast of The Hobbit telling you what to do in case of an emergency. You've seen it? I don't know what happens when the oxygen comes down. I'm assuming Gollum goes, "Mine, precious." I flew a couple of years ago, and when I flew, the safety demonstration video was performed by a man, an 80s fitness instructor by the name of Richard Simmons. Now, there's some recognition here. For those of you who don't know, he was the campest man on the planet before we knew what gay meant. He would come out, "Okay, let's get fit, everyone, and squeeze your tush, and squeeze it, and squeeze." And we would all watch him going, his wife must be so happy. He was doing a safety demonstration video on Air New Zealand, but he was doing it like that. There was pumping music. There was like... And he was in Lycra. "Okay, let's get fit to fly. If you need oxygen, pull and breathe, and pull and breathe." And the whole way going, oh my God. I'm not kidding, at one point he said this. "In case of an emergency, and to put your bags away, reach and slide. You're a giraffe." Now, this was all well and good because no one looked away. I mean, fair enough, everyone was paying attention, but I couldn't help thinking, this is Air New Zealand. And this was during the Rugby World Cup. I said, why do you have to have an American? Couldn't you have had the All Blacks doing a haka? Do you know what I mean? 15 guys in rugby jerseys, the safety demonstration video starts, and they just go, your exits are here and here. And look, I feel bad dissing it. Are there American people here? There's a couple over there going, woo! Just live the stereotype. I love you guys. I just think we look up to you a little bit too much. Do you know what I mean? We try and impress you too much. And look, I love you because you're full of confidence. You guys will sing your national anthem at the drop of a hat. In fact, the next person next to you is wearing a hat, so let's try it. Where are you from? Over here, ma'am. What's your name? Sorry?
Carrie.
Carrie. Do you know what? Carrie was so American then she waited until the microphone got to her before she spoke. Where are you from, Carrie?
Kansas.
Kansas. I don't know why I'm speaking like this, Carrie. But, all right, come with me, Carrie. Come on, we're going to sing your national anthem. We're going to show what Americans can do. Come with me. Watch your head on the camera there, Carrie. Carrie from Kansas. I love your accent, Carrie. Now, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 19.
Oh, that was close. I'm allowed to do this. How are you with your anthem? Because my theory is that you guys can just bust it out without even preparing for it. I know it as well, so I'll do it with you.
Oh,
okay. Okay, look at that. Oh, okay. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, you ready? Okay. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? You are nailing this. What so proudly we hailed. Jesus. You don't need me. Go on. At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad shouts and bright stars through the perilous night. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. I'm going to let you do the high note. And the rockets let the bombs burst in the air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Ready? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. amazing. Mate. Kerry! I know you're 19 and he's 12, but if I set you up with Josh, it wouldn't look bad. Do you see what I mean? I think that was unprovoked. That was an American just popping up out of the crowd, busting out their anthem, in tune, nailing it, walking off. Yeah, suck that, bitches. See, I was on an American show, and sometimes it's fair to say you guys don't travel well. I was on a TV show in Australia, hosted by an American comedian, and I don't want to name her because I think she's brilliant. I was really excited to be on her show. But I was so scared to speak up, but this is how she opened her show. In Australia, in front of 500 Australians, like this. Hey, Australia, I've been here for 7 days, and I haven't seen one black person yet. And I was thinking, well, we don't have many. I mean, we have Aboriginal people, but you wouldn't have seen them because they don't hang out at five-star hotels. Mainly because we treated them like shit, so thanks for bringing that up publicly. But I don't think that's what she meant. I think she meant African-American people, because for an American person, that's a black person. She goes, I haven't seen one black person yet. I was like, well, we don't have many of those. I mean, we'd call them African-Australians for a start. But we don't have a lot of people of African origin in Australia, mainly because, and this is what I wish I'd said, we never imported them as slaves! Just don't diss us because you can't see a visible reminder of an awkward piece of our social history. You're like some German guy in New York going, hey, what's going on, New York? I haven't seen one former concentration camp anywhere. And it's not just Australia. I've seen black American comedians on stage in Ireland walk out and go, hey, what's going on, Ireland? You ain't got no black people here. And you can hear the Irish audience go, no, we're Ireland. It's a cold, wet, shitty, rainy country. They don't want to come. Well, what's wrong with you people? There's nothing wrong with them. They just geographically don't have many black people there. You know what I mean? In fact, there aren't gingers in the Amazon, but it doesn't make them racist. Well, who the downtrodden people? Who the people everyone used to pick on and discriminate against, but now they look up to because they got a kind of funky accent. And the Irish are going, us, you fucker. But she kept going. So, Australia, I haven't seen one black person yet. Next line. But you got Asians everywhere. And again, I'm thinking, yeah, because we're right next to Asia. And then, honestly, she said this. And they just won't leave me alone. I know, and the only way to sign that offensively is to do that. They won't leave me alone. That's the only way you can convert that into sign language. Do you know? And now, two things appall me about that. One, the Australian audience thought that was fucking hilarious. But two, do you know how outdated an Asians talk funny joke is in Australia? We've had people from Vietnam and China coming to Australia for years. They're now second or third generation. Do you know what an Asian Aussie sounds like right now? G'day, I'm Darren Wong. How you fucking going? It was from a different era. Again, the equivalent would be me walking out on stage in New York going, hey, what's going on, New York? I've been here for a week and I haven't seen one Vietnamese person yet. But you got blacks everywhere. What you talking about, Willis? And look, it's too easy to just diss Americans outright because you're amazing, Carrie. You showed off what Americans do best. It's in your posture. Even the way Americans walk is incredible. I have a game I play overseas which is pick the nationality from the way they walk. That's great, because you can pick Aussies a mile away. Australians walk like our economy. Fairly strong, looking up, could go anywhere. You ever seen an Australian get on a plane? We walk like this. Honestly, an Australian on a plane looks like he's thinking, so let me get this straight. It goes really fast, then up. Fucking incredible. English people have a stoop. You guys have got a bit of a, oh God, oh, it used to be important. Do you remember? For me, the Queen's Jubilee last year summed up Britain to a T. Pomp and circumstance and pissing rain. Honestly, it rained on the Queen for 12 hours straight, which I think was just God's way of making sure the Irish enjoyed it as well. Even English town names sound English. I love getting on a train here and just hearing, the next train is all stations to Cockfosters. Cock. Fosters. shopping at Tittington. Buttsworth. Heron's Egret. Bishop's Hedge. And all stations to Spinster's Minge. When Americans have a walk, Americans have an amazing walk, and it's posture. It's shoulders up, it's stomach sucked in, it's butt cheeks firm, maybe it's Richard Simmons that did it to them, but, oh my, it's like every American when they walk is just thinking, world's largest economy. USA, man, largest economy on the planet. Which is amazing, because while they're doing that, we're watching going, yeah, but it's fucked. Seriously, predictions are in about 15, 20 years, China is going to overtake America as the world's largest economy. And on that day, every American's going to get the stoop. There's going to be out going, we did what? Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I had no idea. Oh, Christ. While every Asian woman in a rice field across China is suddenly going to stand upright and just go, oh, how you like it now, Rosas? Do you know the country that will take over the world and we won't even know because they're so polite? Is Canada. Here's how polite Canadians are. The first time I was in Toronto, it was when Toronto had the world's tallest building, the CN Tower. Now, not one person in Toronto told me that. Do you know what I mean? If I'd landed in an American city with the world's tallest tower, you would have known as soon as you landed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chicago, home of the world's tallest building! I was in Toronto for 4 days, no one said a word. It's only that on the 5th day, I went to the hotel desk and I said, what should I do today? And the guy behind the counter went, oh, I don't know. Maybe check out the CN Tower. Really, why's that? Oh, no reason. I just think you might like it. I got to the top and there wasn't like a big banner. It wasn't world's tallest building. It was a plaque this big with a screw missing. I got back to the hotel the next day and went, it's the world's tallest building. And the guy went, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought you might like it. How do you feel about waterfalls? You're amazing, Canadians. I was in Montreal last year. They still hold every year the World Fireworks Championships. You know your country's doing well when you can piss money up against the wall on fireworks. And no other country can compete. No one wins because every other economy's shithouse. I wasn't there for the night of the Greek entry. I don't know what it was. I'm assuming it was an old guy in an I Love Mykonos t-shirt holding 2 cigarette lighters above his head. Here's how strong Canada is at the moment. I was opening my show last year in Montreal by saying this every night. G'day, Canada, I'm from Australia. We've got 3 things in common. We love drinking beer, the Queen's on our money, and right now, our dollar is worth more than the American. All that got them going. I'm not kidding. One night, a guy in the 3rd row stood up and went, 106, man! 106! Like, dude, you're yelling an exchange rate at me. Of course, Aussies are taking over the world as well, but in our own special way, not with our military or our cricket team. We are doing it linguistically, because a study was released last year that showed that Australian slang is working its way through Europe, but into countries that don't have English as a first language. I know. Apparently in Sweden right now, one of the most popular things for kids to say to each other is no worries. No worries, yeah. I think that's how they speak. In Germany, it's fair enough. Ich möchte eine Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte bitte. Fair enough. Good. And I couldn't work out how this was, but then I remembered I was in Holland a few years ago doing some shows, and I went out for drinks with a whole bunch of Dutch comics. And at the end of the night, we'd had a few beers. They're all ordering in Dutch. The waitress is being lovely. She's Dutch. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to sit this out. I'm going to have a sparkling water. And she came over to the table, and they all ordered beers. De beers, alsjeblieft, and dankjewel. And I went, oh, can I get a sparkling water? Hey, and they ordered sparkling water all in Dutch. She came back. She forgot. She brought me a beer. And I wasn't thinking at this point. Me as an Aussie just went, oh, excuse me, I ordered a sparkling water. This one's a beer. And she looked back at me without even a smidgen of a Dutch accent and went, it's all good. And that's when I worked it out. We are taking over the world, one backpacker at a time. They're all coming out to Australia. I want to work in the coffee shop. Yeah, get on your blue, get down there, digger. I don't know what the shit you're saying. And then they take it home. And now here's where we can all help each other. Because what do you do when you see tourists on the street? Probably what we do in Australia. You see a Japanese couple looking at a map, no idea where they are. You do what we do, I'm assuming, which is go, work it out for yourselves. Go back and help them for 2 reasons. 1, it's a nice thing to do. But 2, if you use enough slang, they will take it home with them. If I see Japanese tourists in Sydney, I Aussie it up like you would not believe. G'day, cobbers. What is a cobber? Means mate. How's it hanging? What is it hanging? Means, how you going? Oh, good. Oh, need the help. Yep, where do you need to go? What is Opera House? Ah, Struthen, crikey. You go down those stairs, round that corner, up those stairs, Bob's your uncle, and Dingo took my baby. You know what I mean? Throw it all in. Because then they'll go home and they'll do what every tourist does when they've been away. They'll try and impress their friends by using the words they picked up on holiday. Around for dinner. How was Australia? Oh, Struthen and crikey, come on, mate. Bobby's my uncle, and a dingo took my baby. You guys do it too. When you see a couple, you know, Japanese couple, don't just ignore them. All right, apples and pears, me young mucker, what you need to do? All right, hey. Do it all. Because if we all do this enough, one day we'll all be able to travel from one side of Europe to the other without needing to learn another language. And more importantly, one day, if this dream pays off, there'll be two Swedes beside a river in Gothenburg just having a chat. And one will just go, do you know, Sven, sometimes I think we live in the most beautiful country on the planet. The way the sunlight glistens off the fjords and through the pine trees. We are so beautifully blessed. And Sven will look back and go, oh, Jürgen, you're such a fucking bell end. Because you know what I miss when I'm outside of Australia? Not the look. There is no Aussie look, but besides, I've never been outside of Australia and gone, oh, I wish I saw someone with blonde hair. Do you know what I mean? Or a tan, or a smile. What I do miss, though, is the accent. I miss the Aussie accent. And not the words, it's the noise of it. There is a specific noise that goes along with the Australian accent. It's this. It's... You've heard it, haven't you? Yeah. And you can, as an Aussie, you can spot that anywhere in the world. You can be beside the Trevi Fountain in Rome. Ah, tutte bene, ah, ciao bella, grazie. Shit, there's one here somewhere. Honestly, I was in Malta last year because I was lucky enough to film an episode of the Australian TV show Who Do You Think You Are, where they trace your ancestors, in which, by the way, they found out that my 11 times great-grandfather was actually a pirate. I know. Hence the leg. Do you know it took me 2 hours to work that joke out? Honestly, that's why they made the episode, because they knew there was a one-legged pirate joke at the end. But they couldn't do it, I had to do it, and I'm on camera and they're going, guess what, your 11 times great-grandfather was a pirate. And I went, ha-ha, wow. And they're going, and I went, and that's amazing. 2 hours later, I'm in a cab and just suddenly went, oh my God! And they were like, seriously, have you just worked this out? So I was in Malta and I'm listening to the accents going past, and I love the Maltese accent because it's kind of a cross between maybe Arabic and Italian, and it's really kind of flowing and lovely, and I'm listening to the accents, and I heard something, but I need to explain what it is that I heard because it involves a word that has a different meaning in Australia to here, and it's a word that is very offensive here, and I'm aware of it, but I need to tell you about it and explain it, and so you're going to be appalled. The word is wog. Now, okay, the Aussies are going, I know, right. I'm fully aware of what that word means in Britain and I'm not going to make fun of it. However, in Australia, wog has a different connotation. For some reason... sorry, this woman's going, I'm a wog. Right. Wog in Australia refers to Greek, Mediterranean, Italian people who came to Australia in the 50s and 60s. I don't know why, but they were called wogs. Now, and where are you from, ma'am?
Brisbane.
Brisbane, originally. Family? Italy, there you go, okay. Now, I know it's weird to say here. It's very weird for an Aussie to come over here and go, I'm a wog. And people go, oh, really? But the thing, what's weird about it is, it was a derogatory term in the 50s, 60s and 70s, but during the 80s, a group of Greek and Italian and Mediterranean comedy artists called themselves Wogs Out of Work, and then had a TV show, and then made a movie called Wog Boy, and then Wog Boy 2, Kings of Mykonos. So it means a different thing in Australia, as you will back up. Right, and I know different words mean different things in different places. I used to host a TV show in Australia named after a Bee Gees song called Spicks and Specks. There you go, Aussies here. It was a music quiz show, and it was named after the Bee Gees song. Now, the problem is, they tried to release an app called Spicks and Specks so that you could play the quiz on your phone. But Apple is based in America, and in America, spick is an offensive term for a Mexican person. And we didn't know that because we don't hate Mexican people. Carrie? But Americans do, apparently. So when it was released, Spicks and Specks, they censored it in Australia. They put asterisks in the name. So Aussies downloaded a thing that went S blank 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 S and Specks. And every Aussie went, shits and specks. Apple being Mac and PC at the same time. Shut up, that was a good joke. I had a similar thing in America once. I was asked to go on an American late-night TV show, and they said, what story do you want to tell? And I went, oh, I know. Can I tell the story about when I went through Heathrow Airport 3 days after September 11? Which I did. September 14, 2001, I went through Heathrow Airport. You're laughing, you must know the story. For those of you who don't, I went through the metal detector and my prosthetic foot set it off. So I walked through, beep, security guard came running over, right, arms out, and patted me down. Right, what's going on down there? And I just went, oh, sorry, it's a prosthetic foot. And he went, oh, shit, sorry, mate, go through. No, just go through. I'm thinking, well, check, there might be a knife. No, go, mate, just go. With a look in his face of, I don't care if the plane goes down, I don't want to offend a spastic, just go. So I thought, oh, I'll tell this story on American TV. So I sent it off to them. Night before I was due to go on air, I got a call from the producer. Hey, Adam, we got to talk about your set, man. Oh, really? Why? Why's that? You can't say spastic. And I went, oh, wow. Is that right, really offensive here? And he went, actually, the opposite, man. It's not a word we use. I went, oh, what word would you use? And he said, oh, we'd say retard. And I thought, well, you know what? The whole point of the joke is the guy's trying to say the right thing and the wrong thing comes out. And I went, yeah, okay, I'll just say I don't care if a plane goes down, I don't want to offend a retard. And he went, you can't say retard. I went, why not? Honestly, this was his response. Technically, you're not retarded. Technically, I'm not retarded. Well, a retard is a mental thing, and yours is more physical, so we wouldn't call you a retard. Well, what would you call me? We'd call you a cripple. Well, I'm not calling myself a cripple on American television. Well, you can't say retard, and you won't let me say spastic. I'm not kidding. He went, oh, I know. How about gimp? I had a similar thing here. I was on the Royal Variety performance in 2009 in Blackpool performing for the Queen and Prince Philip, amongst other people, clearly, not just them. And again, the night before, I got a call from the producer. Hello, Adam. It's Charles Tiddington Butsworth here. You may remember me from Spinster's Minge. I'm afraid we need to talk about your set. Oh, really? What's that? Well, you can't say spastic. I went, oh, wow, is that not a word you use here? And he said, oh, we do, but you can't. Why not? He said, well, you're talking to the Queen. I said, well, I'm pretty sure she knows what one is. He said, well, you can't say spastic in front of the Queen. I said, but I'm the spastic. I'm not calling someone else a spastic. I'm using the word in the third-person thought form of someone else who's clearly getting the wrong word coming out to talk about me. And he went, well, it's inappropriate. I said, what? What kind of a world do we live in which a one-legged man can't call himself a spastic in front of his own Queen? You know what I mean? I mean, gay people can call each other queer, black people have the N-word. I have a dream, my friends. I have a dream that one day a man with one leg can walk down the street, high-five a woman in a wheelchair and go, what up, my spastic? So, I'm in Malta. Bearing in mind the Australian version of what that particular word is. I'm in Malta, and I'm listening to the accents going past, and it's this kind of Italian-Arabic mix. And then I heard it. Amongst all the Maltese accents in other countries, I just heard it. Oh shit, where is it? Because I couldn't find it. I couldn't see the face that I thought matched that voice. I had to use some sort of Aussie sonar to track him down. I was like... And eventually I found it. It came from the most Maltese-looking old lady I've ever seen in my life. She was 70 if she was a day, and she looked like every one of my relatives. About this big, short hair, big arms, big eyebrows, big forehead. Looked like someone had shaved a chimp and put it in a dress. I love you, Nana. And she was with someone that looked like her sister. And I'm assuming I made up a story that I'm assuming was going on. I'm assuming they grew up in Malta. They moved to Australia in the 50s and 60s as children. They put up with all the racial abuse and discrimination that Australia had to offer. And now, towards the end of their lives, they've come back to visit the old country one last time. And as they walk past, word for word, this is what I heard them say. So, what are you going to buy him as a gift? Oh, I don't know. If you get him something too woggy, he won't wear it. Do you know what it made me realise? If you learn the accent, you will adopt the attitude. For years, we were in Australia going, don't let the Chinese in, mate, we'll all be speaking Chinese. No, Darren Wong has shown us they'll all be speaking fucking Aussie. And And this should be adopted everywhere as far as I'm concerned. Because, do you know what I mean? When immigrants arrive in a country, just don't teach them the language, teach them the slang. Just take them straight away to classes and teach them what they need to know and how to say it. Right now in Australia, there should be classrooms full of Iraqis and Afghanis just all sitting there going, "Good day, mate. How's it hanging? That's not a knife." Honestly, I'm not entirely sure of the English of the London equivalent. All right, got the right up with you. I'll cut you up, you muppet. What must I? Can you imagine someone from overseas going, "Why do you want to slash Miss Piggy?" Oh, was that Miss Piggy? Oh, nice. But my point is this, if you teach immigrants the local slang, two things will happen. One, it'll be easier for them to forge a new life. They'll fit in, we can understand them, they can understand us, and they'll build a new life easier. But two, it'll confuse racists. Because by and large, most racists are quite stupid. And I'm confident saying that, because I'm pretty sure no one here is going to go, hey, no, we're not. Any incident of racism from Australia is always just buried in moronic, imbecile behaviour. Do you know what I mean? OK, 10 years ago, there was a group of white-faced Aussies at a place called Cronulla shouted down a group of Muslim Aussies by yelling this: "We grew here, you flew here." Well, every Aboriginal person went, "Do you have any idea what irony means?" 2 months ago, a woman on a tram in Melbourne faced off against a young African immigrant by saying this: "Us original Aussies fought so that you black pricks couldn't come here." Where do you even start with that sentence? Let's start at the end. We fought. No, lady, the only thing you've ever fought for is a bargain in the Boxing Day sales. And even if your granddad did fight in World War II, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the agenda. When two guys in a Japanese POW camp going, "Well, this will be worth it if an African guy can't get on a tram one day." But look at the phrase, "us original Aussies." Does she even know the word Aboriginal has original in it? The point is this, if you teach immigrants the slang, it'll confuse racists. And how cool would it be if one day there's a newly arrived, maybe Afghani guy in the middle of London, and someone just comes up to him giving him all, "Where are you from, mate? Where are you fucking from? Where are you from?" Wouldn't it be awesome if in a Cockney accent you could just look back and go, "Me? East Dulwich." "No, originally, mate, where are you originally from?" And he could just go, "Oh, sorry, originally, Peckham." "I'll cut you up, you fucking muppet." You may have noticed before when I was doing different accents, Catherine often has to do the accents that I do, which I absolutely love. Because it's not just interpreting words, it's whole attitudes as well. So this is why I love working with Catherine. She has to do the accents, whatever I do, OK? So I did Australian. "Yeah, how's it going? Is it all right? Yeah, it's I'm having a great time. You all right? Is kangaroo going past?" But then if I do Cockney, she has to be, "All right, you know, I'm talking about my muck, I'll fucking cut you." And the great thing is, Catherine is from Glasgow, but there is no such thing as Scottish Sign Language, which I'm annoyed by, because I'd love to see the sign for, "I'll do you, Jimmy." Josh, how are you? Are you going all right up there? Is Josh gone? Is it past his bedtime? There he is. You still hanging in there? Cool. Okay. Carrie, you okay? Don't know why I'm speaking like this, but are you okay? Are you fine? Let's do American. Let's do Kansas. "Oh, my God, I'm from Kansas. I just sit on the farm all day and do nothing." As opposed to New York, which is, "Hey, how you doing? Get out of my way. I got things to do. I'll fuck you up. Bada bing, bada boom. What the hell's going on?" And monkey couple, are you going okay? That's just going to be my word for you for the night. Monkey couple. "Oh, yeah. Nice." Cool. And Carrie, and where was it Barbara that I was talking to before? The lady over there? Sorry, Lorraine. I'm so sorry, Lorraine. I'm so sorry. How are you? Lorraine. Look, even her husband's going, "Oh, yeah, maybe." You've got a look on your face like, if I said threesome right now, you'd probably go, "Yeah, go on." You just pointed at Catherine. I think I've just... Is it what she did? Is it when she saw clitoris and you went, "All right, Lorraine, I think we can work with this"? And he went thumbs up, which ironically, if you had done that to Lorraine... Oh, the kid's next to you. Sorry about that, kids. One of the daughters just went, "Oh, Dad." You don't need to sign us. Cool. Remember that? You know that American TV show I was telling you about? I made the biggest dick of myself on that show. It was called Chelsea Lately. Now, some of you will know this show. And I don't want to diss the show because I was so excited to be on it. But Chelsea Handler is a late-night American talk show host. And she had this show where people go on and they make fun of celebrities of the day, right? Now, they asked me to go on the show. And I went, yeah, OK. And they said, but you got to be mean. I went, what? So we've seen your act and you're not mean. We need mean. And I went, oh, I'm not good at mean. And I'm honestly not good at mean. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I try and do mean jokes, I forget the jokes and I'm just a dick. You know, I'll be at a party and people are doing mean jokes and they'll go, yeah, what about the time you... Yeah. And someone else will go, yeah, and then you did that thing. And I'll be the one that goes, yeah, and then what about that time? And they'll go, oh, Jesus, Adam, what are you thinking? So here's the thing, I turned up for this show and they said, we want you to be mean. And I went, it's all right. Again, I'm trying to impress the Americans. I'm trying to do what the Americans want. They said, be mean. And I went, yeah, I'll be mean. So I turned up on the day and they said, we need you to write jokes about Megan Fox. I went, I don't know who she is. They went, Megan? I went, her? Yep, I'm with you. Megan Fox, go on. What do you want me to write? They said, well, she's having trouble putting on weight. Write some jokes about that. I went, I don't care. I don't know really who she is and I don't care that she's having trouble putting on weight. They, be mean. I went, all right. So I sat on my own and I wrote the meanest jokes I could possibly think of about this woman that I've never met and I've got no problem with. Okay? Just before the show, a producer comes in, what do you got? I went, oh, I've written the meanest shit ever about Megan Fox. She went, good, be as mean as you want. Chelsea hates her. I went, you're on, bitch. So I meaned it up even more. Now, 2 minutes before I was due to go on the show, all the other comedians gathered around, and one of them just started to go, so you got any jokes on Megan Fox? Who? Megan. Oh, yes, I do. I went, good, man, because we got nothing. If they open with that, you have to do your joke and save us all, man, otherwise it's just going to be awkward. I went, okay. So Chelsea Handler walks out, and again, I do love her, but sweet Jesus, she walked, hey, Australia, I've been here 7 days, I haven't seen one black person yet. You got Asians everywhere, they won't leave me alone. Hey! All right, let's talk about Megan Fox. Who's got anything? I went, oh man, I'm going to have to do my bit. So this is what I said. First thing on the show, first up on American TV, this is what I came out with. All right, Megan Fox is having trouble putting on weight. Now, if you're a Hollywood actress, you work out 8 hours a day, you have your own dietitian, you drink nothing but mango pips and guava juice, you're not allowed to complain that you can't put on weight. The only people allowed to complain about not being able to put on weight are cancer patients. That was the response I got. But I at least thought Chelsea would go, yeah, you tell that bitch, boom. She just went... Was your punchline the phrase cancer patients? And I'm like, yeah, what? Isn't that what you want? She was like, oh my God, dude. What are you going to do, make a joke about Holocaust victims next? And had I been thinking, I would have gone, actually, good point, they can complain about not being able to put on weight as well. I didn't, I froze. I just went, I don't know. Honestly, I didn't say a word for the next 20 minutes. Mainly because no one talked to me. Just as the show was about to finish, I think out of pity, they went, let's throw another question at this guy. Now, they'd been talking about Charlie Sheen, because Charlie Sheen had just had his big Hollywood meltdown. And they said, us Americans, we're embarrassed by Charlie Sheen. What do you Aussies think of him? And I thought, say something positive. Come on, be positive. And I went, this is what I tried to say. We look at Charlie Sheen the way you guys used to look at the crocodile hunter. When he's one of your own, yeah, you're a little bit embarrassed. But when he's from another country, he's a hero! But here's what I said. We look at Charlie Sheen the way you guys used to look at the crocodile hunter. And she just went, oh, the dead guy? Your two jokes tonight have been cancer patients and the dead guy. He's not coming back on the show, folks. I'm not allowed back on the show. I thought this is what you wanted. Even the night it went to air, I thought, you know what, I'm going to watch this, because maybe someone will tweet. Maybe someone will watch and go, hey, the guy was trying to make a joke. No. Honest to God, 2 minutes before the show went to air, Chelsea Handler received this tweet. Dear Chelsea, thinking of you tonight on this, the 2nd anniversary of your mother's death from cancer. I know. Could only have gone worse if her father had been taken by a stingray. I spent 2 months trying to work out how that went so horribly wrong, soul-searching, trying to work it out. Do you know who put it into perspective for me, of all people? The Dalai Lama. Honestly, because 2 months after that happened, I was asked to host a concert for the Dalai Lama in Australia, because when he tours, he loves a bit of Oz rock. So I met the Dalai Lama backstage at a gig. Honestly, at a rock gig. I'm behind the curtains just having a bit of a chat, and then someone went, Adam, and I went, what? Ah! Hello. And I'm like, hello, Your Holiness, I'm Adam. Hello. I'll be hosting the show. I know. Okay. What do you say to the Dalai Lama? I don't know where to go with this. Thankfully, someone went, all right, guys, we're on. His Holiness took my hand and went, let's do it. I walked out on stage holding hands with the Dalai Lama. We get out to the microphone, he sits down. Now, this week, during the week that this had happened, an Australian journalist had tried to tell His Holiness a joke during an interview. Okay, and it went like this. Mid-interview, he went, so the Dalai Lama walks into a pizza bar. And the Dalai's like, pizza bar? And his translator went, oh, pizza bar, continue. The Dalai Lama walked into a pizza bar and said, can you make me one with everything? Now, that's not a bad joke. If you speak English and you're not a Tibetan monk, the Dalai Lama honestly looked at him and went, it is possible. It was so awkward. I met the journalist a couple of months later and went, mate, what were you thinking? He honestly said, mate, my 12-year-old son told me to tell him that joke. You just know he got home that night and his son went, oh, you did it, Dad, you dickhead. So I walked up on stage. His Holiness is sitting there. I said, Your Holiness, my name is Adam. I'm a comedian. I'm not a musician. I'm a comedian. But I promise I will not try to tell you a joke. And he looked at his translator and his translator went, I said, well, so a comedian? I said, no joke. And His Holiness looked at me and went, I think I achieved Buddhist comedy enlightenment. Because I made the Dalai Lama laugh by doing nothing. He then got up, took the microphone, and he summed up what mistake I had made on Chelsea lately. He took the microphone, looked at a room full of people and said, I am a simple Buddhist monk. I do not know music. I do not know comedy. But I know this. You have a microphone. Use it to say something. The whole room just went, oh. I mean, I'm not kidding. He did a comedy routine. His Holiness the Dalai Lama then said, for example, you should tell people about non-violence, not peace. Countries go to war for peace. How can you fight for peace? You cannot fight for non-violence. That is crazy. Seriously, I expected him to go, you, what's your name? Where are you from? Try the tofu. I'm here all week. Unless you're Chinese, then I'm not here. Oh, I'm dying up here. It's okay. I'll come back. But he summed up what I did wrong. I used my microphone and I didn't use it to say anything. And I now watch TV and listen to the radio and realise there are so many people out there with microphones not using them to say anything. The Kardashians are an entire family of people not using their microphones to say anything. Clearly you know the show I'm talking about, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I have a problem with that show on so many levels, but mainly the name, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I in no way consider being on a level playing field with those people to be keeping up with them. Dropping back to accommodate the Kardashians. The show should be called Feeling Better About Myself by Watching a Group of Vacuous Vanity Whores that haven't worked out that attention and love are two completely different things. You see? I get fired up. Fired up now, people. See, the thing is, I have a daughter. I have a 3-year-old daughter, and I just want positive things to get into her head. And I'm not going to talk about it for too long, because I know having a child is a lot like owning an Apple Mac. No, you know what I mean? The people that have got one fucking bang on about it. Do you know how I found out we were having a baby? This is true. I got an iCal invite on my phone. Honestly, I was off playing golf because I'm rock and roll. My wife was at home on her own, did the pregnancy test, found out she was pregnant, got her phone out, worked out when the due date would be, put it into her calendar, which automatically synced up with my calendar and sent me an invite to the birth. Honestly, I walked off a golf course and whose birth have I been invited to? I got home, she's all excited, we're pregnant. I went, did you invite me to the birth? Well, allow me to retort. Maybe. And I sympathise with dads, especially dads with daughters. There's a guy in Australia right now by the name of Tony Abbott, and he's just become our Prime Minister. And now, regardless of what you think of his politics, I sympathise with this guy because he's a dad and he's got daughters. And he was asked last year, or a couple of years ago, he was asked what he would teach his daughters about sex when they became teenagers because he's staunchly Christian. And he was criticised for what he said. And I thought, as another dad, I thought unfairly. Because he said two things. OK, the first thing I thought was lovely. The second thing I thought, OK, you've probably gone too far now. The first thing he said was, I will teach my daughters not to give their virginity away lightly. And I thought, well, that's lovely. I'll teach my daughter that. And then he said, because virginity is a precious gift. Well, you've probably got a bit far there. So is a Nintendo. Then again, a Nintendo doesn't break the first time you use it, so maybe he's got a point. But I just want my daughter to be happy. I want to make her laugh. All I want to do is make her laugh. From the day she came home from the hospital, all I wanted to do was make her laugh. And I'll tell you how. When I sneeze a lot. I sneeze 3 or 4 times. I get hay fever. When I sneeze, the only way to stop myself is to make myself laugh by doing a Jerry Lewis impression. I've honestly, if you see me in public, I will honestly go, "Have you? No, Cleveland, flame lady." The younger people, it's Professor Frink from The Simpsons, but I honestly just, "No, my sinuses, lady." When my daughter first came home from the hospital, and I mean, you know, we brought her home, she didn't take a taxi, she was very snuffly. And whenever she sneezed for the first 6 months, she would go, "Phew," and I'd go, "Cleveland," just trying to make her laugh. Not once did she laugh. 6 months of this. "Phew." "No, Catherine Heigl," nothing. Finally, after 6 months, I was playing with her one morning. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. I was face down on the ground because I was exhausted. She was face down because she was drunk. We're looking at each other in the face, and she went, "Phew." And I just looked at her. I thought, I can't do this anymore. And she looked back at me. I kept looking at her, and she got a bit concerned. I went, "Cleveland?" And she went, which was cool, but better was a month later. My wife and I swear to you, were having breakfast. We heard the baby in the next room make this noise. "Phew." "Cleveland, Heigl, Heigl." So I just want positive things to get into her head. And I think back to when I was a kid. The performers I connected with were the ones that used their microphones to say something. Bobby McFerrin, Adam Ant, and the Muppets. Those were the big three for me. Don't worry, be happy. Ridicule is nothing to be scared of, and it's not easy being green. That got me through my childhood years. So last year, I was asked to perform on stage with the Muppets. And I said no. I know, that has shocked you more than anything I've said tonight. And then I'll tell you the story. It was at the Montreal Comedy Festival, and someone decided that the Muppets should host a comedy gala with a whole bunch of comedians on it. And they said, "Do you want to be on it?" And I went, "Yes, I do." And the camera's just finding a guy with a Muppets shirt on. Excellent. "Stand up, sir, stand up and take a bow. You've actually turned up dressed for the show." So they said, "Do you want to perform with the Muppets?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Good, send us your act." So I sent them my act. Now, the night before, I got a call from a producer. "Hey, Adam, we're going to talk about your set." And I'm like, "Oh, come on! I don't even say spastic this time." Man, you can't say, "I haven't seen one concentration camp anywhere" when you're on stage with the Muppets. And I was like, "Well, why not?" He's like, "It's the Muppets, man. You can't talk about the Holocaust with the Muppets." Honestly, my next thought was, well, fuck the Muppets. Thankfully, I didn't say it. I just went, "I'll call you back tomorrow." I became a dick, sitting in a hotel room going, "Well, this is my act, this is my favourite joke. Should I sacrifice my art for the Muppets?" I tweeted. I sent out a tweet going, "What should I do?" Of all the people to tweet back, Dara O'Brien was the first. With a tweet that said simply, "Comedy is truth, but it's a great way to meet the frog." So I slept on it. I wasn't sure what to do. I went to breakfast the next morning with a whole bunch of comedians, and thankfully there was one Aussie there, a comedian by the name of Brendan Burns, and I will love him forever because he said only the words that an Aussie could say to get through to me. Because I was being a dick. I was going, "Yeah, this is my act. What should I do? I don't want to drop my joke. It's my favourite joke." And he just went, "Hey, hey, 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 hey." "What?" I said, "So let me get this straight. If you don't do the joke, you work with the Muppets." I went, "Yeah." He said, "If you work with the Muppets, is there a chance you might meet Kermit?" "Yeah." He went, "Touch the fucking frog, you idiot." "Well, what about my joke?" "Fuck your joke. Release it on a DVD. Touch the frog, dickhead." And even then I turned up to rehearsals thinking, well, maybe I'll just do the joke anyway. They're not going to do it. What are they going to do when I'm on stage? Thankfully, I watched the entire Muppet cast rehearse the song Rainbow Connection. And I just went, "I'm going to touch the frog." Thank God I did. It was the single best night of my life. Here's what happened. I'm in the wings. I'm about to walk on stage. The Swedish chef is the act on before me. "Oh, no worries. Yeah." He throws his spoons above his head. One of them lands at my feet in the wings. And I just thought, oh my God, please no one pick that up. Please no one pick that up. Kermit the Frog comes out. "Ladies and gentlemen, here's your next act, Adam Hills. Yay!" I reached down, picked up the spoon, walked out with it in my hand, got to the front of the stage, put it in my pocket and went, "I'm having that." And 2,000 Muppet fans went, "Yeah!" And I realised it's just about putting joy into a room. The Muppets, the Swedish Chef was my favourite, and still is. Because you can go anywhere in the world and you can say the word Swedish Chef and every single person in the room will do the same thing. They'll look at each other, laugh and do their own Swedish Chef impersonation that comprises solely the words hurdy-gurdy. Honestly, I've been on stage in Holland, mentioned the Swedish Chef, and Dutch people have gone, "Ha ha ha, hurdy-gurdy, hurdy-gurdy." Honestly, I thought that's how Swedish people spoke. I lived in Stockholm for a year. The first time they sang the national anthem, I went, "Ye borskern din hörn mitt i hi, ye borskern hornbind din hornborg. And they had the Muppet Show in Sweden on Swedish television in English with Swedish subtitles. How weird must that have been for Swedes to watch Kermit go, "It's the Swedish chef." And, "Oh, Hans Lars, come quickly." "There's some sort of local cooking show." Here he comes now. And what the hurdy-gurdy is he saying? And what's even weirder was I asked a Swedish friend about this. I said, was it weird growing up in Sweden watching the Swedish Chef? She said, no, in Sweden, we called him the Norwegian Chef. Because that means there were Swedes who grew up in Sweden watching The Muppet Show as kids and then went to Norway later in life and tried to make fun of Norwegians by going, hurdy-gurdy, hurdy-gurdy. And the Norwegians would have looked at each other and gone, oh my God, they actually speak like that. So I said all this to the audience and I finished up by going, do you know what I feel for the young kids of today? Because we had the Muppets and they've got the Kardashians. You know the difference between the Muppets and the Kardashians? The Muppets are real! It's not often a nerd in a Muppet shirt gets to go, yeah, at a gig. I took 2 steps back and tried to walk off stage, but I couldn't because someone had come out and stopped me. It was the Swedish Chef. Had come out on stage, stopped me, reached into my jacket, pulled out the spoon, smacked me on the chest with it, and then went, okay, and gave it to me as a gift. He walked off, I followed him, we all hugged, he signed the spoon, I saw Kermit come out and go, ladies and gentlemen, that was Adam Hills. And I looked back and went, I'm going to touch the fucking frog. Sprinted across the stage, high-fived Kermit, and as I left, I heard him say this, that guy was great, we should rough him up and make him a Muppet. So my message, if there's any message tonight, it's not to you, it's a message to myself, and it's, Adam, don't be a dick. Because I need a reminder every now and again. I need to be reminded not to be a dick. And that's basically what I'm saying here tonight. And listen, before I go, thank you. You've been absolutely outstanding tonight. Before we go anywhere, can we have a round of applause for everyone here at the venue? This is such a beautiful place to perform. Thank you to all the people backstage. There's so many people that are working their asses off tonight. And in fact, you, my Muppety friend, come up and take a bow, my Muppet friend. Come on, come on. In fact, Josh, come on down and take a bow as well. Where's Josh? And where are the monkey couple? Come on up and take a bow, monkey couple. Come on, the 2 of you. Come on over here, buddy. Come on, I know you don't want to, but soak it in, Muppet boy, soak it in. Well done, what's your name? John Paul. And the monkey couple, come on over. You've got Kermit the Frog socks on. And you've got Gonzo from the Muppets. Oh my God, if you've got Fozzie Bear on your knob, we are in. Have a bow, the 4 of you. Just take a bow, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for them. How on earth did I manage to find people with Muppets on their socks? Amazing. I guess I do have an audience. They're either missing a bit or they're dressed as a Muppet. That's pretty much how you come to my show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Can we have a huge round of applause for the true star of the show, Catherine King? Listen, as I said, every now and again, I just need a reminder, and I really need to be reminded not to be a dick. This is a message for me and not for you. And the best reminder I've ever received came from my grandfather last year. My grandfather is 95 years old. He is amazing. I was sitting on his back balcony last year, we were having a quiet beer, and we started to talk about religion, which worried me, because he's a 95-year-old Aussie and we were talking about religion. Out of the blue, my granddad said this to me. We were talking and he just went, do you know what my religion is, Adam? I said, what's that, Granddad? He said, family and helping people. That's my religion. And I just went, I think I just converted, Granddad. And I've decided that that is my new religion. Thanks to my grandfather, at 95 years of age, he has dropped that on me. That's my religion. My religion now is family and helping people. That's it, that's it. And every religion needs an image. I found a great image for my religion last year. The end of last year, just after Christmas, my dad passed away. Now, my dad was 70. He had leukemia for the last 12 months of his life. He fought it, but it claimed him in the end. And the entire time he had it, he couldn't put on weight. So technically, I win. The last couple of days my dad was on the planet, we just spent holding his hand and then walking over and looking out the window of the hospital, and then we'd go back and hold his hand and we'd go and look out the window. And on one of these occasions, as I was looking out the window, I saw something that I will never forget. It was a guy cycling home, probably from work, 5:30 in the afternoon, on a bike, just doing just cycling, and then coming down a hill, he got up a bit of speed and did this. and then kept cycling. And I just wanted to run down and grab him and go, you have no idea how important it is that you can do that right now. My dad is up there literally dying. He would give anything to come down and ride a bike and put his arms out. Just embrace life, my friend. So that's, my religion is family and helping people, and the image of my religion is a man on a bike doing this. It may actually be Christ on a bike. And of course, every good religion needs a slogan. Touch the fucking frog. Listen, you've been absolutely amazing to talk to. One more time for Catherine King, please. And if you want to know the name of my religion, quite clearly, it's Happyism. Because people, you may find yourself on an American TV show one day. You may find yourself asked to write mean jokes about celebrities whose names you don't recognise, let alone understand. And you may write the meanest jokes you can about those celebrities, even though you really don't know who they are or have any problems with them. Don't do it, my friends. Don't do it. You say no. I'm going to touch the fucking frog. And Carrie, you may be here from Kansas. You may be having a great old time in London. And you may have to go back to Kansas one day because your visa's run out. When you get back home, your friends are going to go, Carrie, tell us what you learned. Tell us what you learned in London. Say something English. Say something Cockney. Say something like the English people do. You just look them back and you say, I'll tell you what I've learned since I've been in London. I've learned to touch the fucking frog. And Lorraine! And what's your name, fella? Oh? Doesn't matter. When you go home with Lorraine tonight, maybe you didn't score a threesome with the sign interpreter, but still you're a bit fired up. You take off your clothes, you stand naked at the edge of the bed, and when she looks at you and says, what do you want me to do now? I'm sorry, kids. You look back at her and say, Lorraine, touch the fucking frog. Can I get a touch the frog? Can I get a touch the frog? All right, let's crank it up a bit. If you're feeling good, yeah, you are glad to be alive. Someone's grabbed you out on stage and given you your jive. Reach out to that someone. Give them a high five.